seconds remain.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the joinDOTA League Season 2, America Region Division 1. This is the best of two series between Maruchan and Union Gaming. Last game we got to see an incredibly dominant performance coming out from Union Gaming with the Pocket Bloodseeker pickup as well as the Axe Lich, completely shutting down the Slark coming out from Maruchan, played by Stilo. And then rolling the way to a pretty early 17-minute victory. So we'll see what goes on in this game. Potom is on the board for the first pick. We'll see if they go for that, but bans are already different, and they go for the dire side Lycan. Anyway, my name is Roxas, and once again with me is Hunterzen. How are you doing, friend?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, except now I'm doing a little worse because now there's a Lycan. That guy's a real asshole.
Man, did you remember when the last time we played, and then we were playing against a 5-stack? I mean, we were playing 5 against.
Oh yeah, and we won the kill score 44-19, but they had a coach that told them to pick Lycan, Death Prophet, Shadow Shaman, Nature's Prophet, and Clinks. Yes, I remember that game.
That is total bullshit.
That's just,
like, I mean, we may have ended winning the kill spree and stuff,
but they could just hit the towers. It didn't matter. Like,
yeah,
it's just literally impossible at a certain point if you go full on. Like, if you go all in on a tower strat, I mean, obviously we're not pro, so Darkseer already going to be picked up really early. That's already quite nice, especially in the early stages because of the Ion Shell. And Witch Doctor going to be picked up from Union Gaming. They played this hero, not really particularly in a combo with anything, but there's a very good support. Great attack range, good animation that can zone out very well on the laning stage. Paralyzing class does a lot in team fights, and people are actually have moved away from getting really infatuated with Maledict and started getting Voodoo Restoration. Just realize that this guy gives a lot of sustain in team fights and pushes to his team for not really that much mana at all.
I mean, Witch Doctor is like one of the really underrated supports, like the past months.
I totally disagree because he's been picked up a lot the past couple weeks.
Yeah,
He's in style now.
Yeah, I mean, like in the past couple months.
Oh God.
Shut up.
Oh God.
Are we gonna see a Death Prophet here?
I don't know, man. It might be banned, but the thing is, these sorts of strats aren't like broken, obviously, because if it was, then that's the only thing anyone would ever draft, right? But at the very least, even if it's not broken, it's just so annoying to play against. So Nature's Prophet going to be banned out as well. That at least they get that off the table. Really hard to deal with a split push from both. We'll see if they ban the Death Prophet or Dragon Knight. I think either of those really deserve it. But Maruchan, they're trying to make sure that they don't have to face late game and split push. They're going to ban out the Faceless Void and the Nagasar. I'm thinking that they can't really punish them in the lane, nor can they compete with them for the late game if they're going to go all in for their towers on their draft.
Yeah, I was expecting that ban, Faceless Void, because you get a Witch Doctor. I mean,
well, and Chronosphere was with Darkseer as well.
It's really good. I mean,
Team Purple, man.
You got Team Purple.
I mean, just pick up a TA mid and a Dazzle. Yeah,
they're good. With a Slardar, yeah.
That's a 6th hero, yeah. I don't think you would want another melee carry that needs a lot of farm for Team Purple. I think T8 as well. I also like that hero. So Maruchan right now, I think they're just deciding between Death Prophet and Dragon Knight. And in my opinion, I think a Dragon Knight would be easier to deal with. They're actually going to ban a Centaur. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but they do get a pickup here. Now, this is the thing. There are kind of two strats to go with this. You can either try to go to jump them, so get really good initiation, get something like a Clockwork, something like a Batrider, which is banned, obviously. Or you can go for super good anti-push. And they're going to go with a little bit of both. They're going to go with the Admiral Kunkka. When I have a pause there, it means that you can say something, man. I'm welcoming you to say things.
Man, I'm sorry about it, dude. I was like, oh man, I was like so hungry and I was like eating stuff. Like,
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean. You know what I mean.
10 seconds to
Maybe
But
maybe you
yeah,
should eat before you cast, bro.
I know. I mean,
If
how's
I ask
life
you to cast, you're like, nah, man, I gotta eat something.
next time? Next time, yeah, I'll do that like
So,
before.
well,
Radiant's
now we're
top
gonna
tower
have Forge
taken.
Spirits in the mix with Necrobooks, as the Invoker is gonna be picked on up. Not super heavily countered in lane as well from Kunkka, just because the main tool that Kunkka has to win his lane is the harass from Tidebringer, but unfortunately Invoker kind of switches orbs onto Quas, plus he's going to have the Forge Spirits to help him last hit. He'll have the good damage for it. The best thing about this Kunkka pickup, though, is just that Ghost Ship is on such a low
10
cooldown that you can
seconds to
just throw it
pick.
out to stop pushes in the early game, which can kind of keep it from
5
snowballing out of
seconds
control, because if you
remaining.
lose map control to
Oh,
Maruchan,
they're back.
they're going to get every Roche. They're going to take it immediately as well.
Reserve time.
And it's going to be really difficult to contest. And Maruchan's not going to use that Aegis to fight. They're going to use that Aegis to siege towers and take towers. And it, like I keep saying, it's not impossible. It's just really hard to deal with if you just let it get a little bit out of control.
And there's like also decision making, like which lane do you want to leave? It's either
Entire team pick.
the Lycan's lane. If you leave Lycan's lane, it's basically a free tower for them, or you can just like leave alone forward players and try to push the other lanes. It's like having like a dead prophet. It's like either you pick dead prophet's lane or Lycan's lane.
It's really hard to shut down both, of course.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Maruchan decides to go for here.
Only 10 seconds.
Sven picked up from Union, so that it looks like they just want to fight.
5
I
seconds.
am a
Hurry,
little bit worried about
hurry.
that pickup, to be totally honest. They're going to go for the Marana, so they're going to want the initiation.
Radiant's banned.
And I guess it's just a pure offlane Marana, which is, it's not
I
the
think.
worst. It might have a really hard time against a Witch Doctor Sven lane, but it could be a support as well. I think support Marana is one of the worst things in the game, but, you know. This last ban from Union Gaming is going to be very
5
important, and
seconds.
their
Hurry,
draft is now
hurry.
very difficult to read.
Reserve time.
So,
Sven, Darkseer, and stuff. They're
10 seconds.
I don't see
to
that much AOE. I mean, there's like a lot of AOE, but it's
Dire
basically
ban.
physical damage. I'm talking about like a huge magic AOE coming from them.
besides Boat,
Yeah,
into
but
Vacuum,
it's,
and
yeah.
you
Vacuum.
vacuum into a Torrent, into a Boat, into a
Only
wall.
10 seconds.
Come on, it's just like Pyrian Flax. You're fine.
5 seconds remain.
But yeah, it makes sense.
They're going to be in a Clockwork. They think it's a space-creating support Marana, and the Disruptor going to be banned out here from Maruchan. They want to be able to run away from the fights. Also, that can really screw them over with the big ultimates. And Union Gaming, this is actually a support Sven or a support Kunkka. I believe support Sven more likely, as they go for a lone druid of their own. So they're just, I guess they're just going to look to try to take this really late and just be able to have more slots. And also the Bear, he can go out, he can tank the Necrobooks, he can tank the Serpent Wards without putting his team really at risk. So they're just going to try to say, you know, you can't get at the towers through all of our strength. Like, you can't get through the Sven, who's going to be a support but will still be fine later in the game. You can't get past Ghost Ship, past Vacuum Wall, and then past the Spirit Bear.
Reserve time.
Yeah, they would. I mean, just Darkseer, Double D, Kunkka, and Sven. Just 4 of them is gonna be enough for a team fight. You don't even need lone. You don't even need lone druid in the fights. Like, we just leave lone druid and like take towers and stuff.
It depends on if he decides to go for Radiance. I mean, if he can get away with it, I think that he should. But if he gets his heart set on it, it doesn't just audible and buy himself a Maelstrom, then he does have the potential to lose his team the game just from his own greed. Not necessarily with a pick, but maybe with an item choice. So we did see Union Gaming kind of throw away a bit of a game with some item choices recently. So maybe, hopefully they don't do that again. But Maruchan, their last pick here is very important. DK, Death Prophet, they're both on the table. What else is good? Leshrac is there if they would like to do that. Leshrac works very well as Shadow Shaman, just for the tower pushing as well as he disables the setup Split Earth, and then you can have the core Marana. And they go with the Timber Saw. So it is a support Marana. They're going to go with the Timber Saw. We're going to work very well against the Kunkka and the Sven. Not necessarily against Lone Druid since he is an agility hero, but still. They have a lot of meat on these front lines, and the Timber Saw is going to give them some team fight that they've been severely lacking in. I don't know about you, man, but I always love watching a Timber Saw. It's very exciting gameplay.
I mean, it's really snazzy. I mean, like seeing, it's like watching Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, the way he interacts with the map is just so unique, and
Exactly.
yeah, it's great. Well, let's go ahead and introduce the teams. Speaking of the Timber Saw, it's going to be played by Lice on the side of Maruchan. On the Invoker, we're going to have... that's how I'm going to interpret that. Gunmix is going to be playing on the Shadow Shaman. Zuni going to be on the support Marana. And on the carry as the Wolf, we're going to be having Stilo.
On the Radiant side, we're gonna have Kunkka, gonna be played by stand-in Benjes. And the offline Darkseer is gonna be played by Cyril. Jericho is gonna be playing that Witch Doctor. Lone Druid is gonna be played by Zindrils. And the support Sven is gonna be played by Angel.
30 seconds to
That's really interesting. They could still go for a swap. You can always swap heroes like a... Jesus Christ. Like any time before creep spawn. So you're totally fine with that. So maybe they're just doing this to try to get into their heads and make it think that it's a carry Sven and a support Lone Druid, but I mean, Zendral is a support player, so you're not going to play a support Lone Druid. I mean, super
you
old
don't.
school, you'd see like Puppy play true junglers. Let's see if they swap here.
Digital sports.
Well, if they intended to swap, they missed their chance. But anyway, Hasten going to be popped top. There's the Stormhammer. Paralyzing Cask is there, not leveled up and not used just yet, but right click's going to be totally fine. Haste, it's Fen, gets the first blood, going to Angel, killing Zuni right away. So, as these lanes shape up, it's going to be a defensive tri-lane here with Gunmix, Stilo, and Zuni as well. This is a very powerful roaming combo and has a lot of potential to kill Citadel here if they necessarily feel like it. It's going to be, it looks like, just a Lone Druid here against the Timber Saw who can do pretty well, all things considered. And it looks like they just want the Sven Witch Doctor just kind of roaming pub style.
What? Oh, these Witch Doctor and Sven are just roaming.
That's what I literally just said, dude.
I don't know. I'm not sure about this. Oh, they're gonna go top or mid? But they're going for mid.
Yeah, they're going to be going for mid here. They did smoke up by the secret shop. I mean, Invoker should know that something is awry. He actually went ahead and went for another point in Quas instead of going for Invoke at level 2, just in case he needed that extra regen to survive. And looks like he's going to need it. Come on, Quas. There's a torrent there as well to follow up in the Invoker. He doesn't even switch to Quas. He just buys a TP scroll and admits his fate. So far, roaming works, and if they manage to get kills like this, they're going to get the experience they need, and they're going to successfully be able to get away with 3 solo lanes, chalked up as a 2-for-0 for Human Gaming.
Exactly. And also the range for the torrent is so crazy, dude.
Yeah, Citadel, he got a little bit ballsy on the gun mix. Oh, he just ran into an arrow, and there's a pause. Citadel's dead. He ran into an arrow. He's stunned for... Hey, he's only got 25% done, so he's totally dead. No questions asked.
Where were we?
Yeah, he was just manning up on Gunmix, and then Gunmix just turned around and shackles him. And
Go bottom.
it was interesting. He was avoiding the arrow and then ended up just running into it from Zuni. So well placed there. But now Jericho and Angel, they're going to be coming up to top lane. Not sure exactly what they're looking to get done. Stilo's in a pretty good position here. Citadel is there. Looks like they just want to push the lane and be as annoying as possible with both of these supports here.
This is gonna be so hard for the trial lane of Dire side. Like the only way for them to push this is Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. I mean, at least it's 2 ranged supports that can tank the Ion Shell creep, but still, they're all quite squishy. Lycan's pretty squishy, and Darkseer, he's pretty good at cutting the wave, and then Surging Angel, who has the Stormbolt on, Paralyzing Cask as well. Well, you're going to go down Gunmix now, Zumi. He has to use his leap, but Stylo, he's kind of just chilling, and this is what I like, just cutting the wave, being aggressive, knowing they can't fight. They can't fight right now with the double Ion Shell, with the double stun as well, and the Surge. Take this tower nice and early, and
Dire's top tower is
Timbersaw
being
getting
attacked.
absolutely wrecked in the bottom lane as well. Only 5 for 1 against 15 for 5, which... Oh, also top lane, Arrow going to be flying, hitting on Citadel, but there's a Stormhammer on the Stilo right away. And he does have Pally as Wolves, but what is that going to do for him? He actually walks next to Zuni so that he takes another Paralyzing Cast. And now Angel. Zuni's going to be leaping into the trees, but Angel, he doesn't have the mana for a Stormhammer. All he has is an Ion Shell. There's going to be a Smoke Pop for some reason. But he's trying to juke through the trees. He manages to eat his way out, but the Surge is going to buy the space and the speed. He's going to be going down. Gunmix, Gunmix. You alright, friend? You have a Death Wish? I think you do. He's gonna be able to Hex Citadel here. He'll be buying a bit of time. Gets to shackle him under the tower. And there's the arrow, but he's still gonna go down. Citadel is gonna be able to get out as well. Jericho, he might be in a bit of trouble taking a lot of tower aggro. There's gonna be the leap as well. Arrow is on cooldown still, but the right clicks might be there. But she does not have boots. In the meantime, Sven's just farming the lane. So gonna be able to get it away 6 for 2 in favor of Union Gaming. And ping's coming up. Arrow did miss. Dodged by Jericho. Now Zuni just kind of has to go back to base. Zuni did pick up Invoker did pick up an Illusion Rune. Benyaz tried to torrent him and gets him down to a little bit of HP, but does not survive with the help of Cold Snap.
It's really hard to get a lane against a Kunkka. Especially, like, the way he plays right now, it's very aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Forcing Invoker to just keep that Quas. He actually has 1 level in Quas, which I think is quite greedy. And he's not having the Forge Spirit help him in lane. I mean, has he thrown out a Sunstrike, really? Because I haven't really seen him get one.
I haven't seen one yet.
Like there's the setup from the Ross and everything, but they've had to use those so, like, defensively and just panically. But there might be one here, as there's a wraparound coming. Rasa, he has the Shackles. He's going to be using them. Where's the Sunstrike? There is Howl if they want to use it, but Arrow's there as well. Citadel, you're going to go down. So finally this lane gets a kill on its own terms. Timbersaw is having a rough time against this lone druid. He only has 1 point in reactive armor. He's maxing out the Timber Chain, but this bear, it's not like a strength hero where you can just Whirling Death it, and you can't really trade hits against it effectively, and just a 1v1 lone druid lane is one of the strongest in the game. By the way, mid lane, boat's going to be committed. They're going to be able to get Invoker as well. Gunmix, he's going to be TPing in, trying to get a return kill, but now he just gets cast. Tidebringer is there as well. Not going to be enough damage, and Jericho going to be able to restore a bit with some level 2 Voodoo Restoration. They're going to be pushing this tower as well. In the meantime, Cinderol, he's in the top lane. Seal's there is where he's got the Invisible Wolves now, so he can start scouting with those and kind of really following this roaming combo around. And UG looking in incredibly dominant position so far. Torrent almost on the TP as well.
Also, that torrent was only for isolating Invoker. That's a pretty good one.
Yep. Top lane looks like they're going to go again. Stun, Ion Shell, Surge, Silo, goodbye. Well, the arrow hits on Citadel again, but support Sven too good. Paralyzing Cask is there. And this is also really smart Sentry Ward placement. They know that as long as they have their Sentry Ward here, this is a free kill. Always on top lane, because they can't see it coming.
Like, she wasn't
X
ready.
Torrent onto Invoker, and is there a Ghost Ship? No, he didn't have the mana for it. But Invoker, he only has boots and Exort, so he does not have Quas. He can't get away. Kunkka does have a DD, so there is a smoke going in the mid lane. They're going to be trying to shut down this Invoker, and Timbersaw did have to go home, so now he's a lot more under-leveled than the Spirit Bear. And that's just a true 1v1 that Zenrolls is just completely kicking ass in. And not to mention now that he's level 7, the bear is going to have Entangle. Also, mid lane, Timbersaw is going to be using the TP, going on to Sven. There's a Sunstrike as well, going to be able to secure it. But the boat going to be landing on 2 License there, Paralyzing Cast doing a lot as well. But Jericho, he's taking a lot of damage. He's fighting near Timbersaw with a bunch of trees. Never want to do that. And good return kill with the TP in there from Timbersaw.
Dire's bottom tower
That
under
was
fire.
actually a pretty good boat from Kunkka, but there was like no other follow-up after that.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. I mean, if he's maybe one more level in Torrent instead of the max Tidebringer, maybe he gets that kill. But still, it's a free farm lone druid. He's gone phase boots first, not being really greedy. We'll see if he wants to go for a hand of money. Because their laning phase is working out pretty well, but the temptation is great. But I still would not want to go for a hand of Midas here. I think a faster Radiance would do a lot more.
Or not even the Radiance, actually. I mean, you could just go straight up cost-effective items right now. Maelstrom, Basher.
I think if you can get the Radiance early on, like that's just going to do so much for keeping your lanes pushed. Because against a push strat, if you can just go cut the lanes with your bear, that actually delays them by so much. It buys you so much time.
Radiant's
Oh,
middle
yeah.
tower is
I
being
mean,
attacked.
I really
Really?
think that if he can get away with Radiance, that he should go for that.
That is if he can get the Radiance around 17 to 18 minutes.
Radiant's middle
And I think that he should. Like I think like on the track that he's at, he should be able to get it. Bottom lane being siege going to be gotten with the help of Demolish. Arrow going to fly, actually catches Binyaz, but there's like literally no follow-up. There's a TP coming in from Lycan right now, but the Surge Ion Shell Kunkka going to be throwing the X, but he gets hexed right away. Shackle is there, Sunstrike, Howl, the Wolves. Now that's all the damage we were talking about, but there's the wall. Stormbolt actually somehow missed. I guess it landed on a wolf instead, but Stylo is going to be able to get away with the shapeshift as well. Zuni just casually going to be pulling the lane. You know, you got to farm. And they just that. They get back to farming. Lice, you can't stand in lane against this bear, man.
It's
Dire's
it's just
top
really
tower
annoying.
is being attacked.
Invoker will be going for the Hand of Money, as we expected. In top lane, tower's going to go down, so mid tower,
Dire's top
you're
tower
next.
is destroyed.
You're going to go down.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
And I meant to say rip, but I put another R. Anyway, boat going to be committed. Sunstrike is there. Going to be hitting on Binyaz, but does like literally no damage. And Binyaz is able to secure the solo kill with the help of the boat. And
That was
Lycan has it, did get his Vlads, went for the no boots Vlads, but there's a smoke now. The aggression is not stopping here from UG, which is what you need against this lineup. Against these push lineups that kind of just get ready to take a tower and get set up, just don't ever let them get there. Stylo, he's getting ganked in his own woods, spotted by this observer ward, freshly placed. And now they're picking out the mid tower. It's going to be denied, but still, that's a tower gone. And Zyndral's, he's going to be going for that Radiance, and he's going to have that really early. Is there detection here? Casual Stormbolt, Stormhammer. Not going to be able to get him. Arrow. Got Citadel. Can you stop catching arrows? There's a Sunstrike. Shared by creeps. Actually, he barely gets away, but Death Ward's going to be committed. Invoker's going to go down to the Witch Doctor. Not worth it, friends. Not worth it. Maruchan just falling apart to this pressure.
Invoker got shut down completely hard.
He's 1-4. Like, you do not see a Quas Exort Invoker having this hard of a time.
Especially he still hasn't invoked those
Fort Spirits?
Forge Spirits. I mean, even if it's like a single one, it's still gonna be a good one. I mean, it's still gonna be a good.
It's good for
a good
scouting,
thing.
if nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, Warcry going to be used. X marks the spot going to be used as well, but, well, stack all the stuns doesn't even matter. There's a boat. Who cares? And this is the thing, just like they walk out to a lane, and then Yuji walks out, and they just kill them. Like,
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
they're playing this so flawlessly, and MC is just not
Radiant's
adjusted
top
at all.
tower is under siege.
It's just really so hard to make errors right now. They're like basically not making any errors.
And if it didn't get any harder, now Sven, he has an Invis rune, and not to mention, I didn't mention this, he did go Mana Boot, so he has more stuns than most Svens are used to having, and with that bottle,
Radiant's top
that is
tower
owned by
being
him.
attacked.
He's going to be able to throw out these stuns and have this Warcry all day. They can't respond to all these pushes. Like, this Lone Druid is going to be pushing faster than your Lycan right now. And he's going straight for a Medallion, so this is kind of a desperation move to be going for the Medallion, just to try to guarantee Roche. Well, Marana, you died.
He just died.
If they walk up to anyone, they can kill them. Speaking of which, they're going to be walking up to Timbersaw Lice. He gets storm bolted right away. There's the boat. There's the torrent. Can you timber chain out of this? Well, you timber chain into a boat. Goodbye, friend. And oh, what is he
like
at? He's sitting at 1 and 2
millisecond.
only. At least there's level 6 on Rasta. They can drop Serpent Wards if they need to, albeit probably have to drop him defensively. Probably have to drop him to try to take Roche. And Lycan does have the Medallion. Probably going to use the smoke to go into the Roche pit right now. But this can just be scouted so easily. And fighting Kunkka, Darkseer, in the Roche pit, pretty difficult, I'd say. And this bear has a Radiance being delivered, I think. Where is his Radiance? What did he buy? He had a lot of gold.
He got a relic.
Goodbye, Silo. When that shot's going to be used, Jericho, he's going to be caught out. But this is just one support. This is just the Witch Doctor. Like, so what? Anyway, Timbersaw, he's trying to man up on Lone Druid, but he gets entangled right away. There's a drum charge used, and can he timber chain away? No. He just gets stunned. He just gets killed. Goodbye, bottom tower.
It's just really crazy that, you know, UG's RNG right now is so good.
Binyaz caught the arrow because he felt bad for Darkseer. Oh, gun mix, goodbye. There's just not a whole lot else to say. Do they just walk up to someone and they kill them Sunstrike? It looks like it did not end a kill. There's a Darkseer zoning wall. Do not pass this line as we retreat.
Gandalf, you shall not pass.
You shall not pass. Well, against the push lineup at 14.5 minutes, all the tier 1 towers are up. And that's the other thing is the laning phase for these sort of push heroes is usually pretty weak for most of them. So, in gaming, just dominate all their lanes and voila, not really that much of a problem.
I wasn't so sure about the Lycan pickup.
Oh my gosh, Sven did pick up a blink dagger. We did not mention this. But now the blink initiation from the Sven going to be really difficult to deal with.
And for support, 15-minute.
Is there a second? They have a second courier. They accidentally bought 2 couriers. Do you see this walking courier?
I saw this one. It's crazy.
It's staying in the trees. Don't worry about it.
Like that's like one of the mistakes that you probably do the last. I mean, the last thing that you'll ever do. Buy second courier.
I mean, still better to have 2 than none, right?
Exactly.
Well, Sven, Jericho, they're going to be looking to be aggressive in the jungle. They do have these observer wards as well as the sentry ward to make sure that there's no defensive ward here. And Silo, well, goodbye, friend. Well, Shapeshift is there. Still some stun locks. Tries to body block him as well, but at the very least, he doesn't have the ultimate. Now, Binyaz, he's there for the X marks, but no, there's a response from the team. There's the torrent. There's the boat. Going to be, like, completely only used on the person that TP'd in. Looks like it was a Timbersaw, but the vacuum's going to be in as well. There's the Witch Doctor ultimate. The Serpent Wards had to be used defensively. Everyone has to TP out, but the Sven blinks in. He's able to get the kill. He has a Storm Hammer in 1 second. Goodbye, Invoker. You're going to be clicked out. There's Warcry as well, and Ion Shell. Torrent, 20-8, 3-0. Kunkka on a sliver of HP, going to be able to TP out. Lone Druid is there. He has the Radiance as well. 16.5 minutes.
This Lycans,
This is game, man.
Yeah, like 20 to 9, and basically every hero on the dire side is like dirt poor. 16 minutes.
Yeah, if we're looking at the net worth, Lycan has less net worth than Sven, so you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of having to go back for mana, like they're having mana problems. Wait, Cideron went Midas? How did I miss that?
You missed that?
Yeah, I guess.
I thought you like noticed that, and then now he buys the dagger as well.
I noticed like Invoker was trying to go in for a hand of money. He had to go in for treads and just abandon that and start working towards his Force Staff. But
bottom tower is being attacked.
I mean, now you have a Radiance Bear that can cut your waves, that can farm more aggressively, that can scout very easily as well, can kill your invisible wolves, is going to stop any blink initiation from someone like Timbersaw or Rasta. So, well,
Now but a memory.
this is just hard, man. You're getting out-pushed when you have a push strat. I mean, I think that Maruchan has just been getting outplayed, to be frank about it. Not that there's any dismerit to that. I mean, they play a lot better than I would, but Union Gaming just playing incredibly well. Speaking of which, Blink going to be coming in. There was the Stormhammer used, but Forge Spirits are going to be scouting out and going to be buying a bit of space for free.
I mean, for the dire side, I mean, for Maruchan, it's so hard for them to make a comeback right now.
Radiant's bottom tower under
Yeah, I don't really know what they can do. Like, the team fight's just so strong. The burst on one hero with the boat. Well, goodbye, Timbersaw. Well, Jericho, he's going to be at Shackled, Deafening Blast. Zuni's trapped in his own wards. There's a vacuum, but the leap right out. There's only an Invoker illusion right now. Death Ward is going to be used, but he's going to be cleaned up eventually. But Sven comes in, throws out the Stormhammer onto Zuni. Is he not level 6 yet? Oh, he's level 11. He just actually hasn't leveled his ultimate or anything. But Shino going to be giving chase. He hasn't been down, and he'll be able to clean that up. In the meantime, Kunkka going to be surged. He has the X marks as well. Stilo's completely out of mana. He's going to be using the X mark now. Oh, but he gets hit by the arrow. Good awareness there from Zuni, able to clean him up. And, well, I mean, at the cost of a lot of ultimates, Rax saved until they just decide to go take Roche.
Dire side, I mean, it has a really good turtling.
Yeah, Lycan did take the tier 1 bottom, and he's also going in for an armlet. But yeah, turtling lineup?
Yeah, they do. Rasta. Invoker is kind of okay, but Timbersaw is a superb hero for a turtling lineup.
I mean, the Chakram's okay, but I mean, he only has mana boots. He's not. Oh my gosh, the vacuum into the Stormhammer. Oh, Timbersaw, you get torrented right in the middle of Timber Train. That looked ridiculous. Slice, you're going to go down. Stylo does not have Shapeshift, so he's just going to have to casually walk away. Surge is going to be there. There's going to be the Blink as well. Stormhammer and Warcry can be used if it's needed, and the arrow's there, but going to be airballed. Cold Snap and the Force Spirits are there. Deafening Blast has been invoked as well. So if they're going to need that for knockback, they're fine. And Seela manages to get away. But still, when you don't have map control, like you don't farm as much, so you don't get as many items, and then you lose more fights later. It's just the power of map control. But Blink gonna be going in, stunned. There's a Deafening Blast, but it's a little bit too late. Torrent is there just for show. Glyph is gonna have to be forced, but there's a DD on this Kunkka, so he's hitting quite hard. He has a Shadow Blade delivered as well, so even more damage in attack speed. And I mean, you see the Chakram that's supposed to be some good anti-push, but it's doing pretty much nothing.
It's only level 1 Chakram.
Yeah, and Londra is going to be having an Assault Cuirass soon, so more towers going to be going down.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Be the first set of racks in 20 minutes.
Yep, Union Gaming just completely outplaying. Blink, they tried to get the back into the stun, but it didn't work out. A little bit mistimed. Torn going to be on the Stylo as well, and Timbersaw going to be able to get away with the Timber Chain, but a lot of them eating the Paralyzing Cast. They're all kind of grouped up, and I think that Union Gamer is going to try to get out with what they can. Well, Jericho, he's being gone on. Howl is used. Medallion is used as well. He's using the Voodoo Restoration, but Shapeshift wears out, and the X marks the spot going to be used on the Zumi. Paralyzing Cask is there as well. Stun is on the Chivix. Gun Mix, that's on Chivix. In the meantime, Witch Doctor did finally go down as well. This fight is chaotic, man. Vinyas, he's fighting 4 heroes. He's going to go down. He throws out the Torrent as well. But Invoker has barely any health as all. He switched to Quas right away. But in the meantime, I mean, space created for bottom, right? He just took the bottom tower. That's an AC. And he can totally get away with this. He can just start chipping away at the range track. He's going to go for the melee barracks. He's wondering if he knows that they have no glyphs. Zuni, he can't stop this. He can't stop this at all. This is a melee Rax down. Oh, but there's the vacuum and the bear hits. Able to kill him. Invoker, are you coming back, friend? Like, Lycan, are you coming back? Are you just going to let your Rax go down? No, they're just going to kill him. Surge is there as well as the Ion Shell, and Invoker is going to go down. Stylo, he manages to get a kill on the Darkseer in the meantime, but still, you can't trade that for your Rax. Lone Druid, he should buy his AC. That's his Bear Gone. He doesn't have a resummon, so that kind of sucks, but that's a minor inconvenience. Stylo pops his Shapeshift. He has the Armlet done, trying to give chase, but not going to be able to do it. And he has the AC finish on himself, so whenever his Bear comes back and he has that Hyperstone, he'll have that up, and these buildings are going to go down even more quickly. If they really want to go all in, well, now you can go Desolator on the Bear. So you could go for that. And Sven, he's going for a Bloodstone. Just gonna say Bloodstone Sven.
Bloodstone
Dire's top
Sven.
tower is under siege.
If you want, just like keep doing that stun. Like that's the only thing, and then
I mean,
then
it's a pretty
your
low cooldown. It's 13-second cooldown. It's spammable. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Although it was Citadel, I think, in that one game where he bought like a Dagon instead of the Hex on Puck and they lost.
Oh man.
It's fine. Well, there's going to be the blink in. They haven't used the wall or anything just yet, but Lycan goes down immediately. But so does Citadel on all the Invokers combos. Too bad that his team's going to lose the fight anyway. He gets chased. He might just die to the Maledict as well as the Radiance Burn while he's under the cover of Ghostwalk and Moonlight Shadow. Well, there's a Rax to take. They're going to take the Rax. The Tier 2's not done top. Witch Doctor now finishes up the Aghanim Scepter, so they just go Throne here. I don't think that Maruchan can really do anything about it. They can go top if they really want to, but Arrow, going to fly, going to be missing. Warcry going to be used. Blink stun. Just pwned. Zuni getting chased by a bear, but X marks the spot. Going to be on to Timbersol. Weissi's going to go down to the Maledict. Gets first hit rooted. Admiral Bulldog is actually playing Union Gaming right now. And Invoker, they're just all having to sit and cower in their base as their throne is destroyed. GG should be coming out anytime soon. A flawless performance coming out from Union Gaming from start to finish. Able to take a very quick 2-0 series against Maruchan.
Any call for GG? Oh, it's a very well played from Union Gaming.
Yep, absolutely. From start to finish. So that's going to be it for us, everyone. I was Roxas once again, and joining me was Hunterzen. Make sure you follow us if you enjoyed this casting, just at Heflatv at Facebook and Twitter, and Heflamoke on YouTube. And if you like this tournament, check it out. joinDOTA League at joinDOTA.com. If you liked the games, make sure you check out the teams, both Maruchan and Union Gaming. So for now, that's going to be good night for me. I'm going to be going to sleep, man. So any last words from you, Hunterzen?
Well, thank you for having me.
No problem, man. Always a pleasure. So that's going to be it for us, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.